Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Sagittarius, what a windy, windy day we have here. It feels so invigorating. I like that energy. I love it. So it should be interesting to see if, it stirs anything up in the reading, because I just feel like energy is almost like wild and untamable, but in the same sense, it is also following like its meaning in life. It's so windy, it's just powerful. I took Lily for a walk this morning and the wind was so strong and the leaves were almost like flocks of birds moving across the ground. It was fun and fascinating. So here we are in this really interesting day. Sagittarius is going to do a reading for you. The reading is open to the universe, whatever the universe would like to talk to you about. I'm going to utilize an energy oracle deck, my heart to yours. We're going to see how that, whatever card comes out, how that makes you feel. Believe in yourself. Oh, maybe. I believe in you. I believe in you, Sagittarius. So, and then 8 of Cups. It's like, I don't want that belief, Cindy. I'm going to walk away from that shit. You can do whatever you want with it, my sweets. And so we have the Light Seers Tarot, and we have the teeny tiny everyday Witch Tarot. And maybe it's a burden to walk away from it. I don't know. Okay, Saggies. Sagittarius. What is the message for my beast become man, Sagittarians? What is the message for Sagittarius? What is being discussed in this reading for them? Hostilities, rest and rejuvenation, and the world. Okay, some of you have taken a break and you are closing something off here that you've had to kind of be, I'm hearing a worthy opponent. So that's interesting. A worthy opponent. Now, a worthy opponent would be someone that you're competing with, or there's competing interests. There could be misunderstanding between interests. There's something here, right? But if it's worthy, it means, it pushes you. It's like when you go left, they facing you, they go right? Like it counters. It's a worthy opponent. Interesting. However, I feel like you have successfully completed this worthy opponent. Whatever that worthy opponent could mean for you, it just does kind of feel like it's kind of out there in the open. It could be something that you dealt with inside yourself. It could be something that you were... I think that is probably the most worthy of all opponents, really, compared to anyone else that we might face in life. Because anything that we face in life, it's us that are facing it. And how do we manage that? How do we get through it? We are always the most worthy opponent that we will ever meet along the path is ourselves. It's quite a deep reading there, isn't that? Yeah. You're taking a break. You're taking a break from this and then closing it off, which is quite beautiful. It's almost like you're recovering and resting and feeling the wholeness of you. Now, I just even saying that. Oh, yeah. 26 and 29, it's kind of interesting, right? Like these two, if you flip it over, well, that becomes 60 choosy or something. I don't know what that would be, but there's almost a sense of just the reverse end of this, because it's like looking at yourself in a mirror. You're the most worthy opponent. And I don't want to say that there isn't something outside of yourself that you've been dealing with. Maybe you've had to kind of be protective of yourself, or you've had to kind of always or change your plans and reassess where it is that you're trying to get yourself and what obstacles in front of you now. But you're the one that always had to do that, right? And you're the one that either could like react to something in a positive or a negative way and then have those consequences that you need to deal with. Like you're always dealing with your own consequences here in life. So it's almost as if you have come to the end of a path and you've met yourself that is this worthy opponent. And I really feel there's quite a bit of success here. There's a lot of success, because rest and rejuvenation, you actually have time to sit back and collect yourself before you can say that this is officially closed off. Excuse me. Oh, anxiety and victory and cornucopia and caring connection. So it's interesting. This is really interesting because you're coming like, you're starting here, right? With hostilities, but you're giving yourself the rest. I think you're almost giving yourself what you need before you go on to other things. And these other things are really nice. This is a really nice energy. This is fabulous. I mean, this is succeeding, and this is a lot of stuff that's growing, and you're having the right people around you to do this, and it feels really good. But there's anxiety, right? It's almost a little bit like someone who comes off the battlefield. Someone who comes off the battlefield and doesn't go through this. You know, there can be PTSD associated with that. There can be a lot of traumas. There can be a lot of aggression and anger even that is still kind of sitting with someone. And it's almost like if you jumped right into this kind of environment or atmosphere, you would probably be distrusting of it because that's not where you've been. Nothing works out that well. There's always somebody behind the tree or the rock ready to jump out and try to take something from you. So this actually feels like a proper transition towards something that is incredibly soft, abundant, flowing. But there's some anxiety here. I feel like, without even pulling out any tarot cards yet, and we still have the puppy dogs to pull out, is that somehow this feels right if I was to look at it, you know, how it's playing out. Because going right here, going right here, I wanna say right away, this almost feels like you're fighting against this, right? But no, you're working through your anxieties. Keep these in the right order. Right order. You're fighting through your anxieties. Again, you are your most worthy opponent that you will ever meet. And you should really be the only opponent that you ever meet. You're the only person you need to compete and work with in life. I'm going to pick one puppy dog for each spot. Concentration. You've had a very strong focus in this area. Very strong. It's been a very, probably your greatest focus. Whatever that is again. I would really think that it's probably some things that have occurred outside of you, but yet it still, to me, is showing up as you being the most worthy opponent you've ever met. And that you will ever meet. Rest and rejuvenation, sadness, the world, disappointment. Well, whatever you've worked through, it just feels like this time to rest is to work through emotions here. Your confidence. Yeah, because there's a big switch. You have anxiety. Maybe there's something that you've been fighting for. And it is some sort of victory in relationships with people as well, with caring connection and cornucopia. The victory in this, like just the most abundant thing that you could find. The most abundant friendship. The most abundant... I'm hearing comrade in arms. Confidence. Disappointment. We need tarot here. Something's not going the way you wanted it to. Something is not going the way you wanted it to, Sagittarius. This is what it looks like right now. You're disappointed because this almost feels you're disappointed that something has come to an end. But it's something you've been fighting for. I almost feel like you still want to focus on some sort of conflict. The Star, rest and rejuvenation, sadness, the Hermit, the World, disappointment, judgment. This could be like a temporary thing because judgment is here. So the World, judgment, I think, comes in just really great after. I know they don't sit like that in the tarot. But if you're closing something off successfully, you know, you're closing this off, you should have some sort of a new beginning, unless you're closing it off and, you know, your family has bought that final wooden box for you and they're, no, it's not that kind of a close off. It's having another go at something here. Another go at something. The Ace of Wands. This is like a burning thoughts. I'm getting burning thoughts from that. And even especially with the anxiety card. Burning thoughts. Burning thoughts. Now, as these cards have come out, I see here that there's something that you have had a lot of focus on. You've been highly focused on this. And it's something that you want more than anything here. And it could be like connected to a wish or a dream. Now, there's a funny thing, because the Star can also be about healing. And what's really kind of funny is that, I mean, the next card you have are rest and rejuvenation, sadness, and the Hermit. It's like, that's not what you want to do right now. So in some ways, I think that you've perhaps already completed some sort of a healing cycle. You understand it to have been completed. The World is here. So yes, you probably have. So what's happening here? Because you're disappointed about a new beginning. And you've got confidence and anxiety. I think you're worried about not attaining something. It feels like that. You're worried about not attaining something. And it's a great something here with victory, cornucopia, and caring connections. We're going to clarify every single card on here. Every single one. Let's look at this hostilities. Let's look more deeply. The hostilities card for Sagittarius. The Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Now, this has the feeling of trying to play catch up to something. Trying to catch up to something that is almost like moving away from you, right? And that's picking up strong here too, because you've got this, like your confidence and your anxiety. It's almost like, feels like something is slipping away. Something is slipping away here. I feel like you've been in a cycle for quite some time. And either it feels like the things that you connect with emotionally are slipping away, or you're connecting with certain things emotionally. Because this has been a very long road with the Knight of Pentacles. If anything, I want to say yourself as a worthy opponent here is probably showing up as being perhaps more steadfast and patient than maybe you've ever had to be before. And then you have concentration, the Lovers, and the Six of Wands. Now, see, that kind of feel like that's victory and caring connections. Wouldn't it be? Yeah, you would see it would kind of be like that. So you are highly, this is the thing of your greatest focus for you. Whether this is of the self, like something that you're working through, an abundance of yourself, and seeing that and recognizing that, and your own value and your own self-worth, and being able to take that forward. But it feels like you've maybe had to fight for it for so long that, you know, the point now where you apply that and accept things that are worthy of you. You know, you don't want to always be in the hostility card. and kind of block off good things just because you know your value. You don't really know your value truly if you continue to be hostile to protect it. It's got to be open at some point, right, to accept certain things. But some of you, I don't know if this is, well, let's see the star, because this is almost like your divine choices, you know, a divine choice here. Perhaps choices in partnerships, choices in paths that you would like to take, and the success in that, meeting that success. This is the epitome, or has been the epitome of your focus. I say has been or will be, because then this energy is shifting. The star. The Death card and the Five of Cups. Yeah. Okay, there's a disappointment here about a new beginning. Maybe it's been delayed. Maybe it's been the longest goddamn road of your life. But it ends, and then your rebirth, your new beginning is disappointing. Something's not working out. Feels like something's not working out. Then, okay, so rest and rejuvenation. This is almost like a time to pull in the troops, which I feel like is kind of you. All the facets of you, all the ways that your mind is thinking, all the ways that your body wants to react. And to pull this all in here. Very temperance-like, Sagittarius. Rest and rejuvenation. That's too much, but you had the Two of Cups right there. The Emperor and the Ten of Wands. It's a heavy, heavy burden here. I mean, what have you been fighting for? This is a lot of responsibility. You've taken on a lot of responsibility. You've taken on a lot of responsibility. This weighs you down. It almost has a feeling too, like as if you might feel like you're the only one that can accomplish certain things for yourself. And that might be true. But I don't know. I just feel like the universe is doing something here, like you need a break. I don't know, you need a break. Sadness, but it doesn't feel like what you want to do. Sadness. The Ace of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. That almost feels like it's very clear you need to go back to the drawing board. But going back to the drawing board seems to be like just taking some time to really reflect. Both these cards are so much about, I mean, meditating, breathing, being in your space, being very present in the moment and not trying to focus on anything from the past and not trying to project the future. The Hermit. The Ace of Cups, I think this, then the Nine of Pentacles, and Justice. Oh, this is definitely feeding into yourself right now. Feed into yourself, feed into yourself. There's something about this Hostilities card that feels like it's the trigger for everything here that's happening. Whether it's things you can control or cannot control in your life, it almost feels like, in some way, like, you know, everything happens for a reason. So find yourself in that reason. Everything happens for a reason, so find yourself within that reason. And then when you find yourself within that reason, there's really, it's almost recognizing your value, your abundance. Because the Confidence card is here. It feels like you're not confident about something, either an outcome, your plan, the road ahead. We'll get there, little puppo. Okay, the World card. The Star. Right? And where was that here? This is the thing that you've been most highly focused on. Disappointment. So, yeah, something is... What's going on? The Knight of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Empress, and the Four of Wands. You know, it's almost like you've worked incredibly hard to, I'm seeing somebody like putting together their own little race car, someone putting together their own little race car, and you've been planning for this for, I don't know, years even. It just feels like something that you've been very highly focused on, and you've made sure that you've got the right kind of rubber on those tires. You've got the right kind of fuel injection in that car. You've made sure there isn't anything that you've missed here. And then you get your little race car to the racetrack, and it's almost like you get there and you realize the racetrack is closed down. How did that happen? Why did I miss that? Because you really like, and I say that because, I mean, with the Knight of Swords and the Six of Swords, oh, you knew where you were going and what you were doing. And with the Empress and the Four of Wands, you definitely knew exactly what you wanted to birth, the kind of abundance that was coming forth here in life. And with the Four of Wands, like, yeah, this was going to be great. I was going to win this. So Judgment. Oh, Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. There's that feeling of going back to the drawing board. But you know what I'm getting with this? It's like you, yourself, and I. Or I don't know how to say that as you. You, yourself, and ye. Right? Like me, myself, and I is the most worthy opponent in this. And it's your mind. Your mind is really trying to go back to the drawing board here. You're really anxious about being able to put something, this anxiety. Let's see the confidence. Confidence. The Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. You know what it is. Like, you know what it is you want. You could not be this. Okay, I don't know what it is for you. It's not really, I mean, maybe it is a relationship. Maybe it is a goal that you have to achieve in, you know, a direction that you want to take in your life, whether that's career or exploration or education, I'm hearing even with Sagittarius. But I don't know. Something is not working out. Something's gone awry here. But you could not be more clear about exactly what it is you want and how much you can grow from it and what it's going to look like when you get there. Anxiety. The Page of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. Now that just feels like cut out of communication. No communication. Not able to communicate. You know, doesn't it feel like that? Again, it's almost like you're getting this little race car ready and then you take it to the racetrack. This was the race day. It's like it's closed down. How long has this been closed down? Right? Like, and it does, with the Page of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, it almost feels like too, like out of the loop. How did I not know about this? What's going on? What happened? So where's the race now? Victory. The Page of Cups and the King of Wands. Yeah, you had a pretty, I want to say a really strong plan here for yourself. Very creative. A very creative plan for yourself. Cornucopia. The Seven of Wands. The High Priestess. The Judgment card. The Two of Cups and the Three of Cups. Okay, see, like this Three of Wands is kind of like the hostilities card. It's something that you're defending. It's a dream that you're defending. You're standing up for yourself. But in doing this, it's almost too like a sense of doing for self. You have done something. I don't know what's going on here, because the energy does seem really odd. Like, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't be racing cars. Like, if that's what it is, it's just funny. It's almost like the universe is trying to tell you something, maybe. The Two of Cups and the Three of Cups. This is almost like your judgment was here to get together and create something that feels really, really good. And it could be with a particular person in a group of friends. Caring connections. It has a feeling too, like maybe someone you wanted to get in touch with that you haven't spoken to in a while, but so you're like, I'm going to give them a call. And the number's been disconnected. Like, it's just like, it's almost like you like take that race car to the racetrack and it's deserted. Nobody's there. There's no like signs to say that a new racetrack open somewhere, or it's just like all of a sudden the trail goes cold. The Seven of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Two of Swords. Yeah, I feel like, actually, this feels like even questioning with the Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords. Is this what I'm really meant to be doing? Is this really what I'm meant to be holding out for? Is this really what I'm meant to be trying to move towards? Yeah, I think you're wondering here. The Ace of Wands, the Ten of Swords is at the bottom. Let's do the Ace of Wands. The Moon. Jeez. There's like no answer on the other side. There's no answer on the other side. It is. It's like the racetrack is closed down. The phone number has been disconnected. No forwarding address. And a Temperance. Oh boy. Oh, there's hope. There's actually some hope here, Sagittarius. Okay, you have Temperance. There you are, right? Which you are. But there's definitely doesn't feel like what you want to be doing right now. Temperance, the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. I don't know. However you were trying to work towards something for yourself here, you do need to come up with a new plan, because the plan that you have now is not going to work. See that? With the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, there really, really is some sort of way to get through this. And maybe I would describe it as it's going to be unique. You've already been doing that. You've already created some kind of success here. Up to a point, like, but I don't know how you would measure the success. With what I described, I mean, maybe the success was not so much running the race with this car, but it was being able to build this car and everything that you learned about yourself in doing that. Because it almost feels like there's another really unique and dynamic way. And then here, this Ace of Pentacles, like you can hold it in your hands. But it's almost as if being practical is not maybe the right solution. That really, the energy has been really odd the last, I guess, 24 hours or so that I've been doing these readings. And it was, yeah, like the wind was blowing today and it felt so like a huge changes were moving through. And there's something going on here where I almost feel like you're even questioning, is this connection worth fighting for? Is this a connection? And whatever that connection could mean. It could be something between you and another person. It could be connecting points between you and your goal. So I'm going to go do the extended Sagittarius. I'm going to continue to pull out cards in the Sagittarius, in the extended, and see what the universe is just, again, it's going to be open in the extended to see what the universe wants to talk to you about. It should be interesting. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.